Welcome to the Unedited Fantasy Football Podcast. This is episode number
8.
Episode number 8?
Number 8.
Number 8
Time's going by.
of the Unedited Fantasy Football Podcast, where I'm your host, Emmanuel.
And I'm your co-host, Daniel.
And let's just get right into it because you see that the title, Ask and You Shall Receive, and it fits because not only does it fit the next part of the series that we're going to get into today, but we asked for something. Well, I asked for something last week.
Mm-hmm.
I had him on my wish list to go to a certain team. I believed he was going to go to the Ravens. Full disclosure, I thought he was going to go to the Ravens, but I did have...
I thought he was going to the Packers, in all honesty.
But I did have the Tennessee Titans on my list, and that is where Julio Jones ended up. And your thoughts on that?
I like it. I like it a little more for Derrick Henry than I do
Derrick Henry.
Ryan Tannehill and A.J. Brown and Julio Jones himself. I like it more for Derrick Henry. He's going to open up the run for him.
I don't even think he needed to run open up anymore. Yeah,
I'm not trying to disrespect him.
Yeah.
He didn't need Julio Jones. I actually think Julio Jones needed the Tennessee Titans more than they really mean. They both needed each other.
So perfect marriage.
I think.
Perfect marriage. I love this for A.J. Brown, man.
I do.
I love it for A.J.
because he was banging on the table
when it was just Corey Davis next to him, and I guess Jonnu was his next guy. But now you had Julio Jones, and the reason why we like it because Julio Jones can still fill in that number 2 slot. That's what we wanted him to do.
Yeah.
All the goals of the teams, I believe that we said last week, were he can be the number 2. That's the reason why I feared the Ravens.
Yeah,
and I said I feared the Ravens, but I thought that's where he was going to go because they're obviously the team that needed him the most. So I thought they would make the hardest push for him. But I'm glad Tennessee did. Like I said, I love it for A.J. Brown, man.
And he got and it shows that he has pull in the organization. Somewhat.
He was out. He was
banging on the table.
Media. I want this guy, and he got the guy that he wanted. I wish it was that easy for all players. Just snap your fingers, you get whoever you want. But the Tennessee Titans made their superstar receiver happy. And I think it's going to pay off, not just for the Tennessee Titans regular season wins, but it's going to pay off for us fantasy guys in stats.
Yeah.
But now the only thing what does this do for Atlanta? I pray this doesn't mark a move to to wide receiver for Kyle Pitts.
All it means is they're going to double Calvin Ridley. That's it. Everybody's talking about Calvin Ridley's stock's going to go up. I don't know how much his stock is going to go up compared to last year. He had a great season. I don't know how much more it can go up.
So this
when defenses are going to...
This is the ideal case of, are your stats... You know what I mean? Like, all right, you're the only player on the team, so do you have to get all of the targets, or do you like that for fantasy, or... You wish that he had a little bit of help to take some pressure off him. That way he can still eat.
Well, everybody says he has help with Kyle Pitts.
Well, he still hasn't played a game yet, so that remains to be seen.
And that's exactly, and that's my problem. Like, all the defenses are going to key in on Calvin Ridley, and Kyle Pitts may be the one to get off every single week.
Does Kyle Pitts move to wide receiver?
Better not. Because then what's the point of you even...
You take away his advantage when you do that. He just becomes another... 6'5", what is he, 6'6", 6'5"?
Maybe wrong.
Wide receiver, you know what I mean? I'm not saying like they're just out there 6'5", 6'6" wide receiver, but you take away his strength if you change him from a tight end to a wide receiver. The whole point of playing him at the tight end spot is he's too fast for linebackers, too big for the safety.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you don't want him out there on the island, out wide. It's just not what you want. And you had a chance to draft wide receivers. You know what I mean? So you did pick 4th. You had a chance to get wide receiver. So I don't think you draft a tight end just to move him over
to wide receiver.
Nah, that doesn't make sense. But like we both said, we like to move.
We do.
Just to wrap it up real quick, because we have we want to get to this series, the next part of the series. So to wrap it up, we both like to move. You like it more for Derrick Henry. I like it for A.J. Brown. I don't think I did. I think I said A.J. Brown. You would have corrected me. So I like it more for A.J. Brown. But Julio Jones to the Titans. Thumbs up from over here. And now 30. All right. We're going to talk about 30 wide receivers, but we're not going to talk about 30 wide receivers. Where we really going to dive into the top 15, because I know that's what the people want. People want to hear, 30 through 16, we might have the same guys, might not, but that's splitting hairs when it comes to that.
Yeah.
The top 15 are the top 15. That's the, as we like to say, the meat and potatoes. You know what I mean? That's the meat and potatoes of it. So we do have it broken up into 2 parts, 30 through 16. And my number 30 wide receiver for the upcoming season is from the Los Angeles Rams. He could have been traded to the Falcons for Julio. Should have been, but Cooper Kupp.
I'm not. We're going to start early. I'm going to start disagreeing with you early. I have a more, maybe 24, 25.
I actually
compared
had
to
him
30.
closer to closer to being off the list. Look at he's number 30. Like, he barely made my top 30 list, man. I'm not a fan of it. Maybe with Stafford.
I'm a fan. Stafford may use him because Stafford is definitely a major upgrade over Jared Goff, which I hope that we both can agree on.
The thing, all right. And I'm guilty of it. I guess we're all guilty of it. Blaming Jared Goff for all of the Rams' problems, all of Los Angeles' problems.
Yeah,
they're all blaming for the reason why the Lakers got knocked out the playoffs. It's Jared Goff's fault, right?
Goff's fault.
You know what I mean? Like, he gets the blame for everything for them. Is it him? We'll find out. I'll leave it at that. We'll see. But Cooper Kupp last year, 92, 974, and 3. You got to give me more than 3. You got to give me more than 3.
Yeah.
More than 3 touchdowns. And the 15 games played. You got to find that end zone a little bit more for me, buddy. I'm want to see it around the 6-7 range.
Okay.
Yeah? Do you think his numbers would be comparable to that this year or better? 974 yards receiving.
Well, with the extra game, I mean, I would think I would hope his stats are better. Is that
the only thing that helps him out?
No, I actually hope Stafford may find him in the end zone a little more. Okay. So probably bump those touchdowns up from 3 to maybe around 6.
Well, that's probably where you want him, around 6. But like I said, he's my number 30 wide receiver. Like, he was closer to being off the list than on it for me, as you could see with him being number 30 of 30. But it remains to be seen. But we'll move on to number 29. We skipped over 1, but I have it here. No worries. We'll touch on it real quick. Don't worry about it. No, Joe. On the other side of the glass, I got you. My number 29 is Jerry Jeudy of the Denver Broncos.
Wow, he wasn't even on my list.
He wasn't on your list?
No, he was not.
My thing is, and this is regardless of who the quarterback is. It could be Drew Lock or Teddy B. Teddy B did play well with the Panthers. We called him whack.
We always call him whack.
We call him whack. That's a running joke here. We call him whack, but he did play well when he did have his 3 wide receivers out there in Carolina, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, and Curtis Samuel. So he's capable to get the job done. I don't like Teddy B from fantasy perspective.
And I definitely don't like Drew Lock.
Huh?
Definitely don't like Drew Lock. Fantasy-wise.
So if it's Drew Lock as the quarterback, you don't like Jerry Jeudy at all?
No, I don't. I see the potential, but I don't see him as a top 30 as yet. As yet, I don't see him as that as yet.
Okay. I got him in the top 30, man. I think he's ready to
ascend. He's completely off my list.
He's ready to ascend into top 20 territory this year.
Okay.
I think he makes that jump.
Okay.
And
all the tools are there.
Yeah.
All the tools are there.
He's not even my highest rated Bronco. I'll leave it at that. And now we're on to number 28, in which you guys have seen on the board already. A rookie.
Surprising.
Some gaudy college stats in Devontae Smith, 117 catches in college, 1856 receiving yards, and 23 touchdowns. He's going to have to do that. He's going to have to do that in Philly for them to be somewhat relevant. Obviously,
we're really starting to disagree out here. We're starting it early.
You know?
No.
Really?
He's not on the list. He's definitely not on the list. No. And it's not Devonta Smith's fault. It's where he landed up. Eagles. Jalen Hurts. What is he? Is he a runner? Is he a passer?
He's somebody that better get the ball to Devontae Smith. That's what he is.
Devonta Smith is a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, but it's not his fault. It's more personally, it's Jalen Hurts.
His job is to drop back, get the ball to Devontae Smith and or Dallas Goedert, because I'm continue to pound the table. Zach Ertz will be a Buffalo Bill.
Okay.
I said that, 3 weeks ago? Something like that?
Many weeks ago.
Zach Ertz will be a Buffalo Bill before the season starts. So Jalen Hurts, your job is to hand the ball off to Miles Sanders.
Yep.
Get the ball to Devontae Smith. Get the ball to Dallas Goedert. Okay. It's simple as that. Yeah. Playing quarterback is simple. Get the ball to your playmakers.
All right.
I know it's easy for me to say, but I'm not the one to have 4 350-pound guys,
chasing after me.
Yeah, chasing after me. But I have Devontae Smith at number 28 with a chance to slide up the list going into 2022. And I know, sight unseen, but I like it. And now on to number 27. You have another rookie.
Well, you just have a whole bunch of rookies.
Jamar Chase. Like, I wanted these guys to be higher. I think they have the potential to be top 20 guys, but it's just we have to see how they adapt to.
Well, look at those look at those college numbers.
I'll read it off for the people that's just listening on audio. 14 games. This was in 2019 he played.
Yes, because he didn't play last year.
He didn't play 2020. 14 games played with Joe Burrow. Yes. 84 catches, 1,780 yards, and 20 touchdowns. Amazing. Yes, it's college. But talk to me. You like the Cincinnati fit?
He's not even. I like the fit, but he's not on my list again. And the only reason why
I can already tell your list
is because I don't know. This is exactly my point. I don't know what these rookies are. I can project what they are college wise. These stats are amazing, but are they going to translate to the NFL? And they didn't even step on the field yet.
I guess I'm bigger on the rookies than you because I also had Kyle Pitts when we did the
Kyle Pitts early.
So
and then the only reason why I don't have him as high, because yes, I think this is what he's going to be, but I don't know for sure. That's the only
thing that would scare me about Jamar Chase is the fact that they do have 2 other capable receivers. On the team. But I think his relationship with Joe Burrow trumps the.
I'll say it now. Both of those are on my list. Tyler Boyd's on my list, and T. Higgins are on my list. They're around 30, 25 to 30. So it's not a major, difference. It's not like I have them top 10, top 15. No, but they're 25 to 30.
I can see where we're because Jamar Chase is the only Bengal on my list.
Okay,
he's the only Bengal on my list, and we're on to number 26. Like I said, we have to move a little more rapid with these. Deontay Johnson of the Pittsburgh Steelers comes in at number 26.
I'm in agreement.
Clean up the drops. Play full time. He had 88 catches, 923 yards, 7 touchdowns.
Those are actually pretty good numbers with a big Ben Roethlisberger that's giving you 5. That's giving you 5-yard hitches, and you're gonna have to take him for 15 to 20 yards.
The big Ben slander again. I love it.
Sorry, Pittsburgh. Huh? Sorry, Pittsburgh.
One thing we will not do, we will not apologize for our opinion. We will not apologize for our opinion. You said what you said, stick with it.
Yeah.
You don't like Big Ben this year.
No.
Let it be known. Say it one more time.
I don't like Big Ben.
All right, there it is. But we like his wide receivers. And Deontay Johnson is my first of 2 that's going to be on this list. That's a tease. And it might not be the guy who most people think. It's not the dancer.
Definitely not the dancer. Definitely not the dancer.
On to number 25, it is my second Denver Bronco. This one pains me when I say the name Cortland Sutton because I was a manager last year and he played the one game for me. Tore his ACL. Did end up with 3 catches for 66 yards, no touchdowns. This guy is the one game, yeah. I don't even know if he played the full game. I can't remember.
I feel like he's forgotten because he didn't even make my list.
He's not forgotten here.
Well, not there. Not for you.
Here.
For my list, he's forgotten.
How good Cortland Sutton is.
For my list, he's totally forgotten. And that's the thing. Sometimes it's not even the receiver's fault. It's just Drew Lock throwing that man the rock.
Now that you actually see the name, and should you have?
I probably should have. I should have.
30. He's a top 30. He's a top 30 talent. Actually, 25. 20. He's only 25 because of last year.
Yes.
He's only 25 because of last year. He could have easily found his way into the top 20 for me. I'm not going to say anything more outlandish than that, but he could have found his way between 11 through 20 for me. But at number 25, I think you guys are going to get a great value out of this guy. Again, most people just look at the last year stats and you see 3 catches, 66 yards. People, the Sutton's hurt. And then when you do get an injury, fair or unfair, you kind of get that injury-prone label.
Yeah.
I don't know him to have any other injuries, so let people sleep on him in your leagues. You guys can probably get him up a little later, and you're probably going to get you a wide receiver 1.
Okay, that's bold.
You know, so on to number 24. My second Pittsburgh Steeler, Mr. Chase Claypool.
Yes.
Came in last year with 62 catches, 873 yards, and 9 touchdowns.
Big Ben was feeding him. I'm in agreement. Chase Claypool, for where he's at, 24.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good spot?
Yes, good spot.
It's crazy how we love wide receivers from a team, but dislike the quarterback.
Yeah.
Because you're with Pittsburgh, me with Denver with Teddy B and or Drew Lock, but I have both of those receivers.
And it kind of felt like Chase Claypool came on like mid-season. And I mean, I get it. I get it says he played 16 games, but did he really play 16 games?
We should also have the game started. Like, we have the 16 GP. We need the GS.
Game started.
We need GS next to it. Maybe we'll start putting that up on the graphics starting next week, just to see, for context, because the game played. I stepped on the field for a play. I played a game. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's really telling the whole story.
9 touchdowns.
Yes.
And in one game, I think he had around 4 to 5 touchdowns.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Was one rushing?
I think it was a couple of them. I think it was maybe 2.
2 rushing and a couple receiving, but definitely have him at number 24. And I'm going to say this about a lot of these guys at the lower end. They have potential to move up into that top 15 in 2022. But this is a guy.
For where he's at, great value.
Great value, yeah.
Great value where he's at.
I'm actually have him too low for certain people, so we'll see about that.
Maybe only Pittsburgh homers. Maybe only Pittsburgh homers. Really?
So number 24. So, like I said, now that I look at it, I just couldn't find a place to put him over these other guys. But maybe let me look at the list. Nah, he's at the perfect spot, and we're on the number 23. This guy might be a little bit low. This is my obviously first of 2 Seattle Seahawks wide receivers, Tyler Lockett.
I think he's right where he should be.
What doesn't do it for me? He had 100 catches, but only 1,054 yards.
Yeah,
he feels like a big play guy. Why?
He is. That's exactly what he is.
No, that's about 10 yards a catch.
Yeah,
right? My math is correct.
Yeah, I think it's about 10 yards. And he has 10 touchdowns. But
he feels like a big play guy, though.
That's the thing about Lockett. It feels like he's like you would look up and he's like, sometimes he may have 5 for 50s, and then he can have a breakout for 10 for 150, and then you're like, wow.
Against, Kirkpatrick.
Yeah.
That's cool. Come on, that's your job. You need to drop him in.
That's my problem with Seattle's offense. And DK
I'll let you get in.
And DK Metcalf came out earlier.
Seattle Seahawks fan, go ahead.
Last year, so when the season was over, and said that our offense became too predictable. Just throw the ball deep, rush deep balls. Tyler Lockett, like you look at his stats, and it's like, can you even remember some of his games last year?
I remember the Cardinals game.
Yeah, that was it.
Patrick, I remember that game.
That was it.
Yeah, so he's number 23. Again, he had 100 catches, 1,054 yards, 10 touchdowns. You could expect maybe around the same. Like I said, I want that yards per catch average to go up for a guy that feels like a big play wide receiver.
Yeah,
he feels like it. Like he feels like it, right?
Yeah, and then the thing with him is he has these like little injuries that pop up sometimes.
That's the Seattle fan talking. That's the Seattle fan talking.
And then he'll limp off the field.
Let me move on to the next guy, because you're going to get into your Seattle rants. And no, not right now. And my next guy, number 22.
We're on a roll here. We're on a roll.
Moore of the Carolina Panthers. Last year, let me read off the stat. Go ahead. 66 catches, 1,193 yards, 4 touchdowns. You got to give me more than that. The wide receiver 1.
But look, we had him throwing the ball.
Teddy B. Is it an upgrade now with Sam Darnold? Numbers improve?
I think it is. And I had him around the same, 22, 23.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of felt like, like when I was looking up the stats and I looked and I'm like, DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Let's see if he had a good year. And I was shocked. I was like, 1,000 yards? Like some of these receivers, you know, so like you look up at the end of the year and you're like, whoa, this person had 1,200 yards, 1,300 yards, 1,100 yards, and you can't. And throughout the season, you're like, okay, that he may have a 150, a 100, and then they give you some of these 4 for 50s, 4 for 40s.
With him, it just feels like something is missing, right? Like he just feels like.
But
like
I feel
he's a
like
guy, if you have DJ Moore on your team, it's like, and.
But I feel
I don't know if I really like the feel of having DJ Moore.
But then I also feel like, you know, because he's not outspoken, like he doesn't speak, that you're just like, oh well, so it's just every game he just, you know, he just goes to work.
You can get forgotten if he's not a diva wide, you know, the term diva wide receiver. It's probably getting, you know, not
just because he doesn't showboat after and do a lot of antics, becomes forgotten.
Well, only 4 TDs. He didn't have a lot of chances to celebrate. So maybe with Sam Darnold, if he gets me about 8, 9 touchdowns, we'll see a little bit more animation from this guy. So, 22 feels about right.
Feels about right.
I'm looking at. All right, just real quick because I know we have to move. Would you take DJ Moore before Tyler Lockett?
No, just because those touchdowns.
That's what I'm actually thinking about.
That 10-4. It's like those are 6 touchdowns extra.
It is. But we have to hope with Sam Darnold. Hopefully, it's an upgrade at quarterback, and those numbers go up to at least. You got to give me at least 8 touchdowns.
I'll be generous. I'll give him 6. I was going to say 7. It wouldn't have mattered.
That's my new thing.
Touchdowns.
The Moore guys. So I got Rondell Moore. Now, DJ Moore's going to be DJ Moore will have 8 receiving touchdowns this year.
Okay.
He's going to have 8.
I don't know if that's such a bold take.
It's really not. Right?
It's not.
I made it feel like it was bigger than what it is. It's really not. So, but, you know, DJ Moore, number 22. On number 21. My first of 2 Minnesota Vikings, Mr. Adam
Surprising.
Thielen. Surprising that he's on the list?
No. Of course not. I actually think I had him a little higher. Maybe not. Maybe around like 18, 17. I didn't have him at 21.
21.
You look at these stats.
Yeah.
Surprising 14 touchdowns. Kirk Cousins feeds this man.
That jumps off the page at you. 14 touchdowns.
Kirk Cousins feeds this man in the red zone. A lot of back shoulders, toe taps.
You want him to get over 1,000 yards, but you know that's just nitpicking. You can't be mad when he has 14 touchdowns. But 74 catches, 925 yards, 14 touchdowns last year.
Yeah, like he had that one year where it's like Thielen's the number 1. Thielen's the number 1.
Oh, he's a clear cut number 2 now.
Clear
cut number 2. So will his touchdowns go up? No, that takes a drop. But will the receiving yards possibly go up?
No, I don't think so.
Nah, he'll get over 1,000 yards. He'll get over 1,000 yards receiving. The loss of Kyle Rudolph. We'll see what Irv Smith is going to do in the passing game. You know, they did lose Kyle Rudolph. But we all know this offense is centered around Dalvin Cook. So
I feel like both of them is going to take a little step back.
And man Jefferson?
Yeah.
No.
Because we'll talk about him later, but.
How are you so sure I got him? I said it already, but
he has to be there.
He definitely is. It's just a matter of how high do I have him. That's the thing.
Yep.
That's what I want you to see, and I want your take on that. But
okay.
Adam Thielen, number 21 feels right. And on to number 20.
My guy.
Mr. Robert Woods.
My guy.
My second of 2 Rams. And he's another guy. Like,
let me say this one thing before you go.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it is the Jared Goff effect. Because last year there were games where I'm like, give the ball to Woods. Woods is open. It's like, nope.
Jared
Cooper Kupp. Tyler Higbee. Cooper Kupp. So there's these games where Robert Wood, but he's one of the more, can I say consistent players in the league?
I'll read it off. 90 catches, 936 yards, 6 touchdowns last year.
And then I think he had a couple rushing touchdowns. Maybe I think he had like 2 rushing touchdowns.
They run that jet sweep to him about 8 times a game. I hope he found the end zone rushing a couple of times. Man, they run that play over and over again.
For where he is
at swing, when he sweeps around like
for where he is at 20, I'm in agreement. For where he is
20 feels right.
Yes.
All right. Not too high, not too low. Just right.
Just right.
Just right. I like it. Okay. See, you learning, man. Sit next to me for a couple of weeks. I got you. On to number 19. Mr. C.D. Lamb, first of 2 Dallas Cowboys.
Starting to pick it up now. I'm in agreement.
To the top 20, this is what it's all about.
I'm in agreement. C.D. Lamb. I'm gonna say this now. I don't know. So, but if this is gonna be a bold take or what?
Mm-hmm.
He's the number one this year. CeeDee Lamb's the number one in Dallas.
Now, all right, I agree with you on that. But we're talking about in terms of a fantasy football draft. Will CeeDee Lamb get drafted before Amari Cooper?
Of course, he's not.
That answer is no. Yeah, mm-hmm.
But he should be the number one.
He will be the number one. I believe that. I believe he will be the number one. But it's just ranking based on.
So people just gonna go after Amari Cooper, the name.
He has game to him though. Amari Cooper's not trash. He's not
no. He's not trash.
He's more than just a name.
But,
there's certain guys on this list that might just be names, and we might be coming up on them pretty soon. Okay. But I still think there's some game to them. So I'm not, you know what I mean. So CeeDee Lamb, he did have 74 catches, 935 yards, 5 touchdowns last year. Will crack over 1,000 yards easily this year. Touchdown spike will go from 5 to, I want to say, am I ready to say double digits?
Nah.
Dak playing the full. Remember, Dak Prescott full season.
I remember. I would say maybe 8.
That's just your number for everybody. 8. That's just
around 8.
No. CeeDee Lamb will have. Let me. To channel my inner Chris Berman, the Swami, he will have 93 catches.
Okay.
Go 93 catches.
I'm here.
1,200. I want to be exact. 1,268 yards.
Okay.
And 11 touchdowns.
Hopefully.
We're gonna rack that up. We're gonna save that one. No Joe on the other side of the glass. I think he saved that. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. But I expect big things out of CeeDee Lamb. And at number 19, another guy, and I said it about 2 other guys already, going to be a guy that we're going to be talking about in the top 15 and entering 2022. So now we're on to number 18. The Giant made the list. This is not a homer pick. My man Kenny Golladay comes in at number 18.
Yep. For where he's at, 18?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If he wasn't, I don't know, so if you want to call it knacked with injuries, didn't want to play for the Detroit Lions.
That's what it is. That's the answer.
I think he would have been a little higher, maybe. Mm-hmm. Maybe he would have entered the top 15 if he was healthy or if he, so whatever the case was. I don't
know that because...
You don't think so?
It's the Giant. Like, it's not him. Like, we already... like, a team where you have so many guys to get the ball to. Like, Saquon Barkley's gonna do it.
Tony.
You have Tony.
Shep.
Golladay, Shep, Slayton, Ingram, Rudolph.
Yeah.
It's one football.
Yeah.
It's one. So what do we really expect from this guy? 1,000 yards?
I don't expect.
Is it possible?
Like, I don't expect much from Golladay.
1,000 yards?
Maybe.
Maybe. I think it's going to take him into game 16, 17 to crack that. I think he does get it. His main thing is going to be finding the end zone.
And I think it's a little sad because he goes from being the clear-cut number one, really only option on the Lions.
The he's the number one on the Giants. He's just not the only option.
Yeah.
He's the number one, though. He is the best receiver on the team because he's better than Slayton and Shepard. That goes without saying. So.
Yeah.
Kadarius Toney, it remains to be seen what he's going to be, but at number 18, it feels right. Let me read off his stats just to clean up a little bit.
Laughable stats.
Played 5 games, 20 catches, 338 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But we all know what that was about. The hip injury. Quit on Detroit. We know. We touched on that before. So, Kenny Golladay at number 18. And now on to number 17. This is if it wasn't for Saquon Barkley, this would be my comeback player of the year.
Okay.
Coming into this year. And that is from the Cleveland Browns, Mr. Odell Beckham Jr. Talk to me.
I had him around 20.
20, okay.
20 to 23, around that range.
Mm-hmm.
I like Odell Beckham Jr., but I don't like...
Don't do it.
I don't like Baker Mayfield.
Oh,
I don't like Baker Mayfield.
Oh, man.
I don't like Baker Mayfield as the quarterback. Odell,
we don't have the time for me to.
If Odell gets a new start anywhere else,
anywhere else, what is that? Anti Baker Mayfield take.
Anti Baker Mayfield.
Anywhere else? That's a bold anti Baker Mayfield take.
The sad thing is if he even goes to to the Lions, he would.
With Mr.
I would
Jared
like that.
Goff, who
I would like
destroyed
that
all
fit.
of LA.
I would like that fit over
With that guy. Nah.
over
Again,
Odell in
Beckham,
Cleveland.
last year, 23 catches, 319 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
And
obviously, he hasn't been the same guy since he's left the Giants, but 17 games, if he stays healthy, returns to
Odell Beckham. Hopefully. Those injuries, but
I think this is what I shouldn't have said return to. He's a wide receiver number 2, right? In fantasy. He's a wide receiver. He's the number 1 on his team. He's much better than Jarvis Landry or Hollywood Higgins to me.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Again, let me ask, does he get 1,000 yards?
Maybe. Maybe. Because they do have 2 running backs. Because they do have 2 running backs. And I don't want to give this label, but I'm going to say it. It's starting to make it seem like he's becoming injury prone. The broken ankle, the torn ACL.
The torn ACL came on trying to make a tackle after interception.
By Baker Mayfield.
That's the one thing I do blame Baker Mayfield for, but nah, I'm not anti-Baker Mayfield like you are.
But the one thing I'm going to say is Odell leaving the Giants was probably one of the worst moves for his career.
Did he want to leave?
I don't think he wanted to leave. I actually think the Giants seen, okay, it's time to rebuild a little bit. Let's get off his contract.
Young top 3 at the time.
Yes, at the time.
It was a debate. It was top 3, top 4. At that time, when Odell Beckham Jr. was the Giant, the debate was who's the best wide receivers between Odell Beckham, Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, DeAndre Hopkins.
Yes.
He was in that conversation.
He was.
And now,
17.
Number 17 on a wide receiver ranking list. Man, how the mighty have fallen. But on to number 16. My second Dallas Cowboy, Mr. Amari Cooper. Last year, 92 catches, 1,114 yards, 5 touchdowns. Talk to me.
Yeah.
And this is without Dak. Remember that?
I like it. I like it at 16.
Yeah.
But Amari Cooper has those. I'm going to keep harping back. He has those games, those big games.
I think all those stats came at home.
But maybe with Dak, those numbers are going to go up.
Around there. Stays around there.
But let me say this. He's going to be seeing cornerback number 2s this year.
Because CeeDee Lamb's getting that number 1
CeeDee Lamb's going to get the number 1.
So in that case, do those numbers go up? You just said it. You just said the numbers should go up, right? So 92, 11, 14, and 5. I think he's about that.
Maybe steady.
I think he's about that, and that's what you like. He's a guy you like on your team as your second wide receiver. I don't think, unless you go running back heavy, Amari Cooper is your first wide receiver, I guess. You can live with it, but I would advise against that.
He's a wide receiver number 2 in fantasy.
Somebody that you're shaky about as your wide receiver 1, but you love it as your wide receiver 2.
You do.
I have Amari Cooper alongside this guy. You know what I mean? Or underneath this guy. I would love that. So now we got 30 through 16. I don't want to say out of the way because I don't want to disrespect these guys, but this is why we're here. This is why we're here. The top 15 wide receivers. You guys, if you were following the list with us, you know who's not on here. Yeah. Who we're going to name now. It's just a matter of
where we have
them. So the top 15, I think, are the top 15. And let's just get right into it. Let's go. Number 15. My first wide receiver from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Mr. Chris Godwin.
Yep.
You had him there? Top 15?
Yes.
Last year, 65 catches, 840 yards, 7 touchdowns in 12 games played.
Those are good numbers for 12 games played.
12 games played? Mm-hmm. Easily would have had over 1,000 yards. I believe double-digit touchdowns.
Yeah.
And he played the full 16. Tom Brady was slinging that rock. He did throw for 40 of them things, man.
He did.
40. My man got 7 of them. They do have returning. O.J. Howard, does he eat in on some of the target share? Nah.
I don't think so.
Scotty Miller?
Nah.
You know what I mean? So, Chris Godwin, definitely top 15, man.
Yep.
He was a guy that, he was the hype coming into last year.
He was.
People were taking him over his running mate, Mike Evans. I don't know if that's still the case anymore. Well, obviously, I don't have it that way. So, how do you feel? That he's the top wide receiver on Tampa? Or
he's not the top wide receiver. I think he's still Mike Evans.
It's still Mike Evans?
Still Mike Evans.
I agree with that. So, number 15, again, is Chris Godwin of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. On to number 14. This is getting fun, my man. From
yes, it is.
The Washington football team, Mr. T-Mac, Terry McLaurin. Last year, 87 catches, 1,118 yards, 4 touchdowns. And this is with the Alex Smith, Mr. Conservative, throwing him the football.
Yeah.
Who started off
What's the other guy?
Hurt? Yeah, that's that.
I know Taylor Heineke.
Heineke finished off the season, but I'm talking when Alex Smith.
Kyle Allen was there.
And did Haskins start off the year?
I think so. Yeah, he did.
Oh, gosh. Like, Ryan Fitzpatrick would probably be the well, I don't want to disrespect Alex Smith, but Ryan Fitzpatrick maybe
at 14,
best quarterback he's ever played
Terry
with
McLaurin
in
at
terms
14?
of fantasy. Number 14.
The crazy thing is I actually have him top 10.
You have him top 10?
Yes, I have him top 10. Look at those numbers.
I got you.
15 games played.
I got you.
Those numbers without a number 2. They add Curtis Samuel, and they actually add a comparable quarterback, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Those are great numbers.
Again.
And it's going to be going up. I'm going to say it now. It's going to be going up.
4 touchdowns, though. Like, I know. Touchdowns.
4 touchdowns is actually pretty good when you have Alex Smith slinging you the rock, Dwayne Haskins slinging you the rock, Kyle Allen slinging you the rock, Taylor Heineke slinging you the rock.
I'm not buying it. I hear what you're selling, but I'm not buying it. No, but the numbers will go up with Ryan Fitzpatrick throwing in the football. Like I said, 87, 1,118, and 4. 15 games played.
The only thing that you want to see is the touchdowns go up, and I feel like they are going to go up because of Ryan Fitzpatrick.
And how many is he going to have? Let me guess. What's your magic number?
No. This might be a bold take. I'll go 10.
10?
10.
10 double-digit touchdowns for
yes.
T-Mac? I agree with you. On that. But coming into this year, he is number 14. And on to number 13. From the Chicago Bears. Only one of maybe 2 Bears that you draft alongside Montgomery, right? You draft another Bear? Mr. Allen Robinson, who last year had 102 catches, 1,250 yards, 6 touchdowns. Andy Dalton starting week 1, or is it Justin Fields?
Andy Dalton, but I'll say one thing about Allen Robinson. He just feels like he's consistent and
underappreciated.
Yes.
Overlooked.
I'll
go with that.
And he's Mr. Reliable.
He is.
Because look at those numbers with Mitchell Trubisky throwing you the rock.
There's something to say.
Nick Foles.
Is Andy Dalton going to be the best quarterback he's ever played with?
Maybe. But I feel like halfway through the year, Justin Fields might take over.
And if that happens, I mean, the Chicago Bears are playing bad, which, so I take it great for my Giants. Like we do own their first round pick. So
those numbers are amazing.
Stink it up, Bears.
Those numbers are amazing.
So if Justin Fields plays midway into the year, that means the Bears are off to a
shaky start,
a rocky start with Andy Dalton. It doesn't mean anything for Allen Robinson in terms of fantasy. He can put up his stats and they can still lose.
Yeah,
which is what I want, which is what I need. And we're reaching that point where we're talking about guys that you feel comfortable with being your first wide receiver, like Allen Robinson. I like it. I do too. I think he's probably be the first guy that'd be like, okay, like T-Mac. I don't know if I like him as
number 1,
my first wide receiver. I don't think I do.
But I do like Allen Robinson. If he's your number 1,
this is the part where we reach,
wide receiver
number 1 territory to his top 13. So, like I said, last year 102, 12, 50, and 6 might be about the same. Again, you want to see more touchdowns. You do want to see on 102 catches, but
what can you really do with those people throwing you the ball?
Like I said, Andy
6
Dalton
is impressive.
The best quarterback that he's ever played with, right?
Yeah.
And now we're on to number 12. Mr. Keenan Allen of the Los Angeles Chargers. Last year, another guy I got nothing but love for this guy, but 100 catches, 992 yards.
Yeah.
I know he got knocked out. One game, he was going to get it if he would have played that entire Saints game, the Monday night game. He got off to a good start on that game, so not going to kill him for that. 14 games played, 100 catches, 992 yards, 8 touchdowns. Number 12?
For number 12, yes. I'm in agreement. The only thing that you want to see is 1,000 yards. That's it.
Yeah, you want to see.
Because 100 catches, you want to see 1,000 yards.
If he plays that full game, he played 14 games.
So it's not bad.
Yeah, so.
And you maybe want to see those touchdowns go to double digits. Because he's a true number 1.
Yeah.
For fantasy-wise and regular. He's a wide receiver.
You feel comfortable with him being the first wide receiver on your team?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I do. I'm not scared, nervous, or anything.
That's I know there's a take on stacks and that, but that Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert, what did that rank in your terms of stacks? I know I put you on the spot
of
stacks. The wide receiver
that maybe is definitely top 5. Maybe 3.
I think I'll do
maybe 3 to 4.
I'll take the Seattle one.
I'll take Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take.
It's just off the top of my head. So.
Seattle, Kansas City.
Kansas City, yeah.
Who else do I even really take?
It might be number 3.
Maybe.
Not the Tampa Bay with Tom Brady and one of his guys. Nah. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just, what about Ryan Tannehill and one of his guys? AJ Brown, I guess, would be the.
They might rival it.
Huh?
They might rival it.
So 3-4 in terms of stacks. So Keenan Allen at number 12 and on to number 11. Aforementioned Mr. Mike Evans of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Last year, 16 games played, 70 catches, 1,006 yards, and 13 touchdowns.
Whoa, 13 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Didn't even feel like it.
It didn't.
No.
It didn't. Didn't feel like 13 touchdowns, but he's another guy that's missing consistency in the league, 1,000 yards receiving each of those years, I believe. So I like it. At number 11, not really much to say about this guy. So let's move on to the top 10. Let's go. And this is even before I had him here. The trade doesn't move anything for me. And it's Mr. Julio Jones. Played 9 games last year, 51 catches, 771 yards. Again, 3 touchdowns. That's always been his his
but the one
bugaboo.
But the one thing that scared me is those nine games played.
Yeah.
For you to be top 10 and your 9 games played.
Would you take him out the top 10? Is he not top 10? He's a top 10 talent, man.
No, he is a top 10 talent. I'm not disagreeing that, but those 9 games played,
That's scary. That's scary. But 51 for 771, you extrapolate that over the full season. I know
but now he's
fantasy does.
But now he's going to be seeing number 2 coverage.
I think he was in Atlanta,
maybe.
No?
Yeah. He was
the number 1. That's the reason why I think this fits perfectly because it's just another team. Same role, different team. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You're the number 2 guy. You have the young guy, the young upstart, just like you had with Calvin Ridley, who hasn't been mentioned yet. And now we're on to number 9. My second of 2 Seattle Seahawks, Mr. DK Metcalf. Last year, 16 games played, 83 catches, 1,303 yards, and 10 touchdowns. But his biggest play that he's known for is the tackle.
Yeah, on Buda Baker.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised you have him, I would think, so low.
This is low?
Yeah, it's for me.
No, you'll see.
For me, that's low. I'm gonna say it right now. He is he's actually top 5 for me.
Top 5?
Yeah, he's top 5.
No, not yet. Not yet? You'll see my top 5.
Maybe one more year at that pace, he's top 5?
Yeah, one more year.
Because he did come out of nowhere. I don't want to say nowhere, but like you drafted him, maybe around 15 or 20 wide receiver last year, and then you come out and like, oh my God, DK Metcalf, look at those numbers. Yeah. Those are amazing numbers.
Like I said, when it comes to these guys, it's all really splitting here. These are all guys that you would take as the first wide receiver on your team. It's just, I guess, a matter of preference. Once you reach if you're in the top 10, you're great. You know what I mean? And anyone would love to have you on their team. So it's just a matter of where you have them. But for me, he's number 9 and on to number 8. Mr. A.J. Brown of the Tennessee Titans. Last year, 14 games played, 70 catches, 1,075 yards, and 11 touchdowns, which actually the yard feels a little bit low because it felt like every game he was doing something. Felt like he had like a 50-yard, catch and run. I'm not going to call it a bomb because Tanner wasn't throwing those, like a slanting run.
The one thing that's a little bit is the catches. 70 catches.
These big plays, so man.
Yeah,
plays. He's not giving you.
But do you think? Him being a number 1 and having Corey Davis at number 2. Mm-hmm. So what do you see those catches actually going down to maybe 60?
No.
Or do you think that they go up now that they have Julio Jones?
Probably going to be around 70, 75. That's probably what he is.
Okay.
But it's the big playability that you get with him. That's what you like about it.
It is.
On 70 catches to have over 1,000 yards. When we
That's
had
impressive.
guys with 100 catches,
100 catches and not even breaking 1,000 yards. You're right.
Keenan Allen of the world and stuff like that. So, A.J. Brown at number
14
8.
games played too.
Yeah. So now we're going to move on to number 7. Minnesota Vikings. Justin Jefferson. 16 games played, 88 catches, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns. I don't see anything changing. This guy, believe the hype. Believe it.
Yeah,
believe it.
Believe it.
Believe it. This guy is real. He's real.
He is.
He's real. Nothing to say.
No
argument there. You have him about the same?
Yes.
You have him about the same? Number 7. And you know what I mean? Like, he's the clear-cut number 1 on Minnesota. We had Adam Thielen, I believe it was like 21.
21, yeah.
20-something like that. So, these guys are slotted right where they belong. So, Justin Jefferson at number 7. Not really much to say about him. He's a stud. You'll love to have him as your number 1 wide receiver. On to number 6. This one I struggle with a little bit, but it is Michael Thomas from the New Orleans Saints. In 7 games played last year, 40 catches, 438 yards, 0 touchdowns, but we know it was the ankle injury.
Number 6?
We know it was the ankle injury.
You have my number 6?
Jameis Winston will be the starting quarterback here. And Jameis Winston Hold on. Go ahead. Jameis Winston was a guy that had us drafting Mike Evans. Don't forget about that. So let's not sleep on. We were drafting Mike Evans around this spot.
Number 6?
Number 6, yes.
No way.
6.
No way. No way.
What?
No way.
It should be higher?
No. It should
be high? Oh.
No. He definitely should be lower.
Jameis
definitely
Winston
should be lower.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Okay. Hold up. If Jameis is the quarterback.
My ranking is based on Jameis Winston starting. So
okay, but we can't.
I'll let you finish what you're saying. Go ahead.
We can't really do that because you never know what Sean Payton might come out here, Taysom Hill.
I get it, but we have to do it based on like Devontae Adams, whose name hasn't been called yet. He could be the number 1 guy if Aaron Rodgers is there, or he could be probably out of the top 10 if Aaron Rodgers isn't there.
I had Michael Thomas. I don't think I had him top 10. Maybe around 12. Maybe around there.
Like I said, and I've said it many times. It's okay.
I did. Actually, I did have him top 15.
You can be wrong. It's okay.
I can be wrong.
It's okay. You can be wrong. It's fine. It's fine. Michael Thomas is number 6.
The more that you're thinking about
it. I'm trying to see. Could I put him in the top 5 actually? But nah.
No way.
In the top 5.
No way.
And because at number 5 we have the man who's all by himself, all alone now.
Yeah.
In ATL, Hotlanta, whatever you want to call it, Mr. Calvin Ridley. Last year, 15 games played, 90 catches, 1,374 yards, 9 touchdowns. He's gonna have to duplicate that.
He's gonna
have to duplicate that.
For me,
well, last year he pretty much played without Julio. He's played 7 games, so he showed that he can do it with or without Julio. For me,
being a Calvin Ridley manager last year, it was like for where he was, I wasn't even expecting these numbers that he put up. I was maybe expecting.
Come to expecting now. These numbers are real.
Maybe 70 catches, maybe 1,000 yards.
These numbers are real. The 90, 13, 74, and 9 are real. Believe it.
I actually see those numbers going up. I'll probably see about 100 catches.
They're gonna have to, right?
1,500 yards.
They're gonna have to.
And he's definitely gonna hit. He's definitely gonna hit double-digit touchdowns.
Target is a guy that's getting a lot of hype, but we haven't seen him play in Kyle Pitts. So
they better not move him to wide receiver. That would suck.
No. Don't do it, Atlanta. Don't do it. Keep that man a tight end, as we said earlier in the show as well. So Calvin Ridley at number 5. I like it.
I do too.
Feel safe, and I'd grab him up in a heartbeat. And
I would too.
As my wide receiver number 1. And on to number 4. This guy took a leap, and it is Stephon Diggs from the Buffalo Bills. Last year, I believe, led the league in catches. I don't know. Did he lead in yards?
Yards.
Catches and yards.
Yes.
127 catches, 1,535 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Maybe expect him to take a dip a little bit, but regardless of the fact, he's the number 1 wide receiver. Because they did add Emmanuel Sanders, who you love so much.
No,
right?
I definitely don't.
No?
Definitely don't.
Okay. What? Stephon Diggs top 5?
Yeah, I had him at number 2.
Number 2?
I had him at number 2.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Again, and I go back to my famous line. It's okay. You can be wrong. It's fine. You can be wrong.
The only thing that I see changing here is touchdowns, and I see it going up. Double digits.
You expect 127 or better? 1535 or better?
Okay, definitely not 127 catches.
Okay.
Maybe 100. Maybe pushing my luck.
He's gonna be at 100 catches. Yeah.
I'm not thinking 1,500 yards. 1,300.
But you said the touchdowns will go up.
Yeah, but definitely he's gonna hit double digit touchdowns.
Yeah.
Because I actually forgot about the stack, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. That stack is...
I did forget about it,
I
too.
did, too.
You mentioned it. Yeah,
so the more that I think about it...
Are they before the...
Yeah, they are. Are
they the top? Well,
no,
behind Kansas City? Kansas City 1? Are they
Kansas
before
City
Seattle?
1, 2.
They're the 2?
Them 2,
yeah. I like them 2 better than Seattle stack. So, Stephon Diggs at number 4. And on to number 3, we have Mr. DeAndre Hopkins of the Arizona Cardinals, who added AJ Green and my new favorite player, who I didn't know until we started this, Mr. Rondell Moore. Give me more Rondell Moore, who's going to open things up for... Rondell Moore is going to open things up for DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins last year, 115 catches, 1,407 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Touchdowns got to go up again. Another guy.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. Top 3.
Yeah.
There's no debate. I don't think there should be a debate whether he's top 3.
No, he's great. He's great. Like I said, this is a little easier than I thought. I thought it'd be, a little bit more on... We discussed the 30 through 16 harder than we did the top 15. I guess the top 15 guys are the top 15 guys, like we said. It's just no matter where you have them slotted. Yeah, so DeAndre Hopkins at number 3. Obvious stud. You would love to have him as wide receiver number 1, goes without saying. So, and on to number 2, Mr. Tyreek Hill, who you didn't have in your top 2. I'm assuming. No. I think we both had the same number 1
He's
guy.
around top 4.
He's top 4?
He's top 4.
You had him swapped with Stephon Diggs? I had him swapped with
Stephon Diggs, yes.
I would rather have Tyreek Hill over Stephon Diggs.
Well, I don't think he's going to duplicate those 15 touchdowns because about 4 of them came...
Why not? I know. In the Tampa Bay first quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for housekeeping's sake, 87 catches, 1,276 yards, 15 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing really much to say because that offense is just so explosive. You're like
I said, he could duplicate those numbers. Maybe the 15 touchdowns drop to 11, 12, but it's still going to be double-digit touchdowns. He's the Dominique Wilkins of the human highlight reel.
He definitely is.
It's him. It's Tyreek Hill, the most exciting player with the ball in his hand. So him, along with maybe Kamara. I think and Barkley. I got to put Barkley there. If Barkley's on the field with the ball in their hands, there's no 3 better guys you'd rather see. So, again, Tyreek Hill at number 2, which means number 1.
I think it was easy. I don't think it was no debate.
Stephon Diggs. I got Devontae Adams of the Green Bay Packers. And 14 games played last year. 14. He missed 2 games. And still put up 115 catches, 1,374 yards. You want to read up that last night?
18 touchdowns.
18 of those things. Again, this is he has Aaron Rodgers is a Packer until he is not a Packer.
Yes.
I know I keep repeating that, but that's the way that we're doing it. I know a lot of people. What if if Aaron Rodgers isn't there, this guy goes from top 10 to borrow a line, goes from top 10 to not mention at all.
No, I don't think it's that bad, but
my man.
But I think he's definitely
man. If Jordan Love is the quarterback, I can name 20? Guys on that 15 to 20 page that I'll take before him.
Like, you see, the crazy thing is, this is hypothetical. If Aaron Rodgers goes to, we're gonna say the Broncos. Mm-hmm. We're going to have, I don't want to say swap, but Cortland Sutton shoots up all the way up to about top 15 to top 10, and Devontae Adams shoots all the way down.
I agree with that. So it's hard to say that the number 1 wide receiver is reliant on a quarterback, because that kind of doesn't work. But
they are. Some of them
together is no denying that he is the top wide receiver.
I forgot about this stack, too.
What's that?
I forgot about this stack.
I just said stat. The stack? Yeah, now that we just named it.
It's like the more you think about it, like this should be the number 1 stack. Because can you imagine somebody that had Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams?
But is it better
in 2020?
I get it. Is it better than Mahomes and Tyreek Hill?
We got to look up those points. What Aaron Rodgers had.
We'll have that next week. We don't have the time to do that now.
Compared with.
Yeah. But we're going to just do a quick side-by-side of the list because we run a little bit long today. Let you guys debate it. That's our top 15 there, as you guys can, those that are watching. And I'll read it off real quick. Dino's list is Devontae Adams 1, Stephon Diggs 2, D-Hop number 3, Tyreek Hill 4. He's wrong on that. DK Metcalf 5, Calvin Ridley 6, Julio Jones 7, Justin Jefferson 8, A.J. Brown number 9, Terry McLaurin number 10, Keenan Allen 11, Mike Evans 12. Oh, Tampa Bay back-to-back. Chris Godwin 13. Michael Thomas at 14.
Yes, that's what I said.
Allen Robinson at 15.
That's what I said.
Like I said, that list is Wrong. And my
I don't think so.
My list.
I don't think so.
Number 1, Devontae Adams. Number 2, Tyreek Hill. Number 3, DeAndre Hopkins. Number 4, Stephon Diggs. 5, Calvin Ridley. 6, Michael Thomas. 7, Justin Jefferson. 8, A.J. Brown. 9, DK Metcalf. 10, the new teammate of A.J. Brown, Julio Jones. Number 11, Mike Evans. Number 12, Keenan Allen. 13, Allen Robinson. 14, Terry McLaurin. And 15, Chris Godwin. Whew.
So there were really no surprises. Like, it wasn't.
Michael Thomas at number 14 is a surprise, but we'll talk about that another time. Like I said, I don't want you to explain anymore. I'll let the people watch and let the people roast.
We'll go.
Let them watch and roast. That's what we do, okay? You
all right,
agree or disagree. See. But thank you guys for tuning in this week.
We keep saying that.
Yeah, like
the support.
We love the love. We appreciate everything. And as you obviously can tell, we're wrapping up our series pretty soon. Yep. Next week is the last week of the series, and you guys can all see what position we left for last. You know what I mean? We don't have to mention it. You know what position we left for last. Might be another top 30 list, something like that.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
These lists are tough.
They are.
They are tough. I'm not going to lie about it, but again, I'm right. Dino's wrong. So, and I'll let you guys decide. But again, thanks for tuning in. Say what you got to say.
Can't say nothing. I'm pretty speechless.
Pretty speechless?
Speechless.
My list was that great?
No,
I'll take it at that. We'll leave it at that. My list was great. Got Dino speechless. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you next week.